Hey guys, it's Sarumonin. A brand new MMORPG has been announced by NCSoft. That's right, the creators of Blade and Soul and the Lineage games has announced a brand new game called Throne and Liberty. I do believe this is actually Project TL, which would make sense because Throne and Liberty TL, but it could be an entirely different game. So, we're gonna look right into it and see whether or not it's worth getting hyped for. So, let's get right into it. So the developer over at NCSoft announced that there is a brand new MMORPG called Throne and Liberty. Although I guess they didn't really use the word MMORPG, it does look like it when you start watching the video. In the official website over at plaync.com, they announced a little bit more information about it, and they call it TL, so it is Project TL obviously. Even though they do state that it's a completely different game and a completely different IP, I don't believe it, but anyways. There is a trailer, I'm going to show it in a few seconds here, and hopefully I don't get actually acclaimed for this video because of the music, but I do want to talk a little bit about it and whether or not it's worth being excited for, because I did notice some aspects of it that look really cool, but I also have some worries about it, so let's take a gander. Now, when you start watching the video, you start to notice that there are some pretty graphics, at least sort of in the MMORPG standard, I guess. But one of the things I did notice, at least going in, even though it was just pretty much cinematics, was the fact that it kind of looked like a mobile game, to be honest. Like the fact that they were kind of giving us a little glimpse into the lore of the game, if that's what this was. I'm not entirely sure. Of course, I have no idea what this game's about. Actually, fast forwarding into the game, once you start seeing a little more information, you do see the combat and you see the actual gameplay of it, which is really interesting, but it also plays like a mobile game. And we do know that NCSoft has pretty much dabbled in the mobile game industry, which they should. I mean, that's where you get a lot of money from. But you also notice that there are sections in this video where you see a lot of players. Now this could be completely just NPCs that are fighting or something, but given how everyone's fighting and it even looks like there's some PvP sections of the video itself, it does seem to be an MMORPG of an open world type of variety. I'm not really sure, down to possibly even open world events with monsters. Not much is really known about this video or this game. Of course, it was just announced a couple days ago, so it definitely does look interesting, and I'm not entirely sure whether, again, this is Project TL as has been teased for years and years, or if it is just reusing the Lineage Eternal assets, which, I mean, they can do anything they want with those assets since it's never been used to begin with, but it's very interesting whether there's going to actually be any more information about this game, or whether this is just kind of a project to get us hyped. Now, there is an interview that goes along with this, and they do state in this, Throne and Liberty is a project created by thinking about the value of the next generation of MMO based on PCs and consoles from the origin. Now, this is completely like Google Translate, so I apologize. From what I'm looking at here, they're trying to get PC and consoles to work together in a next generation MMO, which seems to be Throne and Liberty. I don't know. But that's not all. They're also going into the conversation about the brand new game that they're working on called Project E, which they have some information about, but we're not going to be talking about that right now. But without going into so much information that's provided in the interview, there are some things that here are really interesting to me. For example, the terrain changes as the weather changes. The tide of the battle changes depending on the direction of the wind, and over time you may encounter new mobs, the way we hunt, and the purpose change accordingly. The field, the environment, players, and the three elements affect each other, and they've worked to make the same area playable in many ways. And they kind of expect us to do this with the entire game, so it's replayable as an MMORPG, it seems. And so now going back, I do read, yes, Throne and Liberty is a project that started in Lineage. The original goal of the project was to create the next generation of Lineage, so Lineage Eternal, but they've decided to change it as of 3 years ago, it seems. In the process of recreating the story for Throne and Liberty, we realized we can do a brand new IP. So this does seem to be like an MMORPG that we'll be seeing on consoles and PC very soon. So is it worth getting hyped for? I mean, we don't really see MMORPGs on consoles. Let's be perfectly honest, even I kind of strayed away from the PlayStation side of things. I know that's where most people actually know me from here, but the reality of it is we don't really see a lot of MMOs, right? We have Terra, we have Black Desert, we have Bless Unleashed, we do have a couple other games such as Star Trek Online, and a couple of others that I can name on the top of my head if I'm not missing any, but obviously PC is where the MMORPG world is, but it's really cool now that we're seeing more and more MMOs being developed not only with PC in mind, but being developed with console in mind. And with the next generation, or I guess now current generation of the new console systems with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, it probably makes it much easier to develop games, considering the fact they are high quality products. So, are you guys excited for this game? I kind of am. I'm really looking forward to knowing more about it. And if you guys want me to look more into it, let me know and I will investigate. So keep an eye on it. Throne and Liberty, a brand new IP coming from NCSoft. We'll see how this goes. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and click that adorable f***ing bell to know when I upload a brand new video. And don't forget to come join my Discord if you want to chat and hang out. Much love, and as always, till next time, friends.